Unrelenting, loyal, powerful, protective. Let's explore why Avatar Kyoshi and Avatar Korra are the same.
Only justice will bring peace.
Kyoshi and Korra were never afraid to resort to violence in order to pursue justice, often choosing force and threats over diplomacy.
Enough talk!
Kyoshi on more than one occasion manhandled a Fire Lord, grabbing him and jabbing her metal fans at his throat. When the Fire Lord dared to question why she cared for a peasant, she reminded him, "You live on top of what I control. Your island is surrounded by my waves. You fill your very lungs at my discretion." And when Qin the Conqueror threatened to take over the continent, well, you know what happened.
I killed Qin the Conqueror. On that day, we split from the mainland.
Kyoshi went full Kyoshi.
I would have done whatever it took to stop Qin.
Kyoshi threatened many figures of authority during her time as the Avatar, including the 46th Earth King, for ordering an attack on her after she refused to stop a peasant uprising in Ba Sing Se. The king called upon Kyoshi to stop the attacks of the unruly peasants, and she refused, instead siding with the peasants. She believed everyone in the kingdom must have a voice if balance were to prevail over tyranny. She coerced the king into listening to their demands and founded the once noble Dai Li to protect the city's cultural artifacts. Korra could be just as ruthless in her pursuit to restore peace.
I will take away the one thing you care for the most. Kuvira. Kuvira might win. She might chase us out of the city, but you won't be around to enjoy the victory. Because wherever I run, I'll take you. I'm going to make it my life's mission to never let you see the one you love again.
Kyoshi and Korra pursued justice at any cost, as long as that cost did not involve someone they loved.
What do you want?
It's not about what I want, it's about what Naga wants. And she'd like you to let my father out of prison. Unless you want to be Naga's afternoon snack, you better keep talking.
Kyoshi and Korra's unrelenting nature proved absolutely lethal when someone they did care for was threatened. Kyoshi was empowered to master all four elements, not because she was motivated to be a successful avatar, but because she sought revenge for the death of her friend and her father figure Kelsong. She wanted to avenge their murders. When Korra's girlfriend Asami was captured by Tokuga, Korra did everything in her power to find her, even making a deal with a criminal to discover Asami's whereabouts. When Kyoshi's friend turned enemy Yoon stabbed the Avatar's girlfriend Rongi, Kyoshi lured Yoon in with false apologies so that he'd let his guard down. Fully enraptured by her words, Kyoshi took this chance to strike. Kyoshi said, "I'm sorry for saying you had to live with your pain, because you won't." She then froze his heart and lungs solid. It's safe to say you should not mess with an Avatar's girlfriend.
You want to fight the Avatar? Then let's finish this. Right here, right now.
We're gonna pass.
Water tribe.
Due to their unrelenting, aggressive personalities, both Kyoshi and Korra initially struggled to connect spiritually, airbend, and enter the Avatar state at will. After all, Korra's disposition was vastly different from the gentle nature of her previous incarnation, Avatar Aang.
I can't believe your sweet-tempered father was reincarnated into that girl. She's tough as nails.
Often the element that's the most difficult for the Avatar to master is the one most opposite to the Avatar's personality.
Well, I'm about as opposite an airbender as you can get.
Korra found it challenging to hone her spiritual connection and master airbending.
Yeah, it's not sinking in yet. I'm gonna go get a glass of lychee juice.
Korra!
Before Kyoshi reached her full potential as Avatar, she received messages from her past life avatar Korok. However, Kyoshi was unable to decipher their meaning because her spiritual connection was weak.
You must actively shape your own destiny and the destiny of the world.
Early on, Kyoshi's spiritual interactions caused her great pain and a tremendous amount of energy. Her body would react as if she were having a seizure whenever she tried to engage with her past lives. Kyoshi only learned through trial and error.
Patience, Korra! That was a 2,000-year-old historical treasure.
Kyoshi only entered the Avatar state for the first time after witnessing the murder of Kelsang, her father figure. The shock and grief of losing someone she loved triggered the Avatar state. Kyoshi awakened, face wet with tears, to a completely decimated landscape. The earth was scorched, trees uprooted, and the mountainside looked as if a great hand had tried to sweep it away in a convulsion of fear and shame. Even so, through determination and practice, both Kyoshi and Korra were able to strengthen their spiritual connection and master the Avatar state.
When we hit our lowest point, we are open to the greatest change.
Kyoshi and Korra went on to become effective avatars, capable of powerful airbending, connecting to their past lives, and meditating into the spirit world. Korra even learned to energy bend negative energy from spirits and restore a person's bending abilities.
I am so proud of you, Avatar Korra.
I created Kyoshi Island so my people could be safe from invaders.
Despite their violent tendencies, Kyoshi and Korra always stood up for those who needed help.
These airbenders shouldn't be used as weapons. They have a right to choose their own path.
When Zahir kidnapped the airbenders, Korra chose to sacrifice herself to Zahir as collateral in exchange for the airbenders' safe return.
The only plan that will work is for me to give myself up. I have to do this.
You can't expect us to sit by and just let Zahir take you.
The world has been out of balance for far too long. It needs the Air Nation back again. I can't let Zahir destroy it and everyone we love.
Similarly, Kyoshi founded the Kyoshi Warriors to train women to protect themselves.
Who are you? Where are the men who ambushed us?
There were no men. We ambushed you.
Kyoshi witnessed several women being mistreated by rowdy men. So, she trained the women in the fighting style of her girlfriend Rongi, a style that could incapacitate any foe regardless of their strength or size.
Our technique is about using your opponent's force against them.
Their signature metal fans, red and white face paint, and green kimonos are in honor of her legacy as a warrior.
The silk thread symbolizes a brave blood that flows through our veins. The gold insignia represents the honor of the warrior's heart.
Lastly, Kyoshi and Korra were not afraid to stand up for who they loved. They both attempted to spread acceptance throughout their communities and the world for same-sex couples. Kyoshi and Korra loved both men and women. Despite the demanding duties and challenges of being the Avatar, they both found the strength and courage to be openly bisexual.
I needed to understand what true suffering was, so I could become more compassionate to others.
Kyoshi and Korra's unique take on justice, protective nature, and advocacy make them some of the most memorable avatars in the Avatar universe.
I am you.
What characters in the Avatar universe do you think are most similar? Comment below and keep watching for more of your favorite Avatar moments.
Avatar Kyoshi here.